YouTube is a space where people from all over the world can come to express themselves. We get a chance to see cultures from everywhere. When I was a kid growing up, there was no social media, there was no computers in the household, there was no cell phones. None of that stuff existed. We lived in a world where if you wanted to see somebody, you had to call them on the phone, and if they didn't answer, you had to wait till you saw them or get in the car and drive to where they were at. Now you can be everywhere at the same time. You can experience different cultures and have friends that you've never met, but you've talked to every day online for the last 6, 7 years. You know, you can see things that go from Philadelphia that go on in Chicago. And with that, you have people that come onto social media and they create great channels and they have great content. But then you have people like Fresh and Fit. There are people that see the weaknesses in the games and they go to exploit it. They cater to the underbelly of or the underclass of society. You know, all the twerkers and all the stuff that's going on wild outside, right? You know, a lot of these people brought their dysfunction to social media, and it's become very profitable, very, very profitable. People run over to these channels to see a whole bunch of debauchery because wickedness and debauchery sells. You know, the algorithm caters to this kind of stuff. But when you deal with Fresh and Fit, they've been having a bad year. You know, they've been getting kicked off of so many different social media outlets, I can't even count anymore. You know, a lot of their friends and allies that have turned on them, and they start going after a protected group. You know, at one time they was going after black women, then they was going after women in general. They was trying to give relationship advice, being dating coaches, and all that stuff backfired. And as I said, they got kicked off of demonetized from YouTube, kicked off of Twitch, kicked off of so many different things, right? But then all of a sudden they start going after that protected group, the group that you're not allowed to talk about at all, right? And Myron, he wants to be friends with Aiden Ross. You know, we know Aiden Ross. You know, he's from that group. And he wanted to do a show with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross said that he would come on the show and do it. But remember, Fresh and Fit has lost all their popularity. They've lost all their respect. So nobody wants to sit with Fresh and Fit. So instead of him coming to the show, he did this.
So I go, shake hands with Aiden. He says, yeah, I'm going to be there, etc. Fast forward, right? Day comes, he flakes. He does the show.
So, Myron, you find out that when you was going in on other communities, YouTube supported you. They allowed you to have it. But when you start talking about certain groups, you become public enemy number one. Aiden Ross doesn't want to talk to you. Aiden Ross doesn't want to be your friend. But there's a lot of people now, what I've noticed is that starting to talk about these different groups. At one point, they was riding high. They was living life. People that look like me was talking about those groups. I stopped doing it because it gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. The best thing we can do is have unification amongst our people and build ourselves up. I ain't worrying about them no more. But check this out. You have another guy that sits and talks about these people all day. Check this out.
I'm not saying every Jew, like, look, Aiden Ross, for example, on the stream was like, what about me? Do you hate me? And Nick's like, no, I don't hate you, and he doesn't. And why should he? I don't think Aiden Ross is a bad person at all. He's clearly like aloof. His Jewishness is very weak, I think. He seems like a good person, but push come to shove, he's going to pick Jews. I think that's what happens with most people, That's the case with them.
So we know that Myron was removed from Twitch for saying stuff about the LGBTQ community, and going too far. Like the guy, he just runs his mouth and he doesn't stop. It's just he goes into these spaces, these W supremacist spaces, and he gets kicked out. He says stuff about black people. A lot of his black support stopped supporting him. It's just a whole bunch of foolishness. But he also was having problems with Jewish girls that was coming on to the Fresh and Fit podcast, and he said that they allegedly tried to get his channel taken down by coming onto his show and doing this.
Guy that has.
Why would you want to date a?
Wait. Hey, no. Hey, yo, stupid. We on Twitch.
Okay, you can end the stream, bro.
No. Wait,
we gotta end it. We gotta end it. It's over. It's over, man. Listen, we apologize about that. That was not meant to be. That was
My
not
bad.
us.
Just
That was somebody else on the
bro.
panel.
Tripping.
He told you before the show, don't say words like that.
Okay, my bad.
Are we off Twitch?
Yeah.
How to be a Jew, bro? God damn.
It's always them.
Holy smoke, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, you're right. That was very sped moment of me.
But see, this online personality that Myon has created is spilling over into life outside, because he's also having problems in the streets. And I also see a beef coming between him and his partner, because as you know, as he talks now, a lot of times his partner cuts in and tells him, like, let's move on, because they dropped the bag. These guys are young. They were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and they gave it all up for what? Running their mouth? You're supposed to get this bag till you can't get it no more. Sitting there talking about certain groups of people for what? Get the money, right? But now, in the streets of Miami, he's not even allowed in certain clubs. Check this out.
In the chest and Myron band in real life. I am, bro.
Yeah.
I am. It's annoying. Yo, you know how much it sucks? I go to the club with Fresh. Yeah, you can't come in. What the? Why? Huh? Bro, that really happens.
I tried so hard. They got so far, but the club didn't want to let Myron in. Yo, bro, I tried hard, bro.
Yo, he called me back. Yo, Mo, can you make a U-turn?
Call my connects.
Bruh.
And it connects. They
I
couldn't make it
really be
happen.
banned in real life, man. It's like, dude, it's bullshit too, man.
Well, I'll tell you this.
And guess who's behind me being banned from one of the two of the clubs, bro? Yeah, in real life too, bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, moving on smartly.
Last building we're at, who owned that one?
Oh my god.
Every time,
Yeah. Well, this world is different, you know?
bruh.
So he goes on and he runs his mouth, and he finds out that this group owns a lot of the clubs down there in Miami. But this is what happens when you run your mouth and you don't do your research or understand the terrain that you're in. Because online, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, you could be a character. But you have to be careful, because freedom of speech is limited, right? You have to be careful with some of the things that you say, because there's people in the private sector that's going to hold you accountable. And I've learned, as I said, I'm not wasting my time talking about other groups. I'm building my time building up my people, my group, my FBA lineage, my people, right? Building up my people. That's what I'm spending time to, speaking life into the young people. So this guy come online, he's 34 years old, he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and then you just piss it all away for what? To show off for other poor people who's now turning their backs on you, calling you stupid. Because you guys were on top of the world. Y'all was like number 3 in the world in super chats or donations and all kinds of stuff. And you pissed it and blew it all away for just to show off and show your racism. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So now you can't get in the clubs. You always brag about you own these properties and you own that. But how you going to maintain it? How you going to maintain it without the income that you had coming in? The income you had coming in is the reason why you was able to own it. Because you gave your story about how your parents came here as immigrants and they were poor. And your dad went through certain things, and then you worked, you got a job, but you never made as much money doing in social media as you did in the work world. And this social media place for talented YouTubers can be very lucrative. But you also have to understand, you can't get so embodied into this character that you lose yourself and lose a sense of reality. Because there's still certain limitations and things that you got to be careful what you say and what you do. You still gotta go out into reality, go out into the real world. So these are the same guys. These are the same guys that told you don't mess with 304s, but invite 304s to their yacht parties and run through these 304s while they condemning them and telling you not, like, the hypocrisy is real. Because on the internet, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You don't have to be accountable to nothing until you start talking about certain groups. They're gonna make you pay. So for me, I learned that. And I understood that it's best for me to create my urban nerves and develop my own people. Work with the children of my community. Teach them to become the best versions of themselves. So they deserve everything they get, because their racist rants against Black Americans has been despicable. It's been despicable. You know, where it was black Americans that really built them up for the most part. But again, you know, these guys are going through what they're going through, and it's only going to be so long before they get kicked off Rumble too. But I'm going to cut this video short here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.